analyze our book how to understand what customer need and want. And this is to prepare if we want to start a restaurant model. Finally, our mission was asked the owner some question to explore it.
After the interview, what inspired you to open Namcha Thailand Vietnam restaurant in Singapore? Because people have more choice. But to choice when it comes to Vietnam is food. They comes and better understanding about Vietnamese cultural as well as it is instead of open mainly focus on Singapore food. It's about to have.
I will talk about our experience. Yesterday, when we went to Namtown to observe how a successful restaurant owner started her own business, after the trip, we learned many meaningful things from food to interior design. For example, with the signature dishes, we can attract more customers and help the restaurant stand out from competitors. And moreover, with the design playing an important role in creating positive customer experience.
So in conclude, me and my team visited Namtowns to observe how a successful fast food business operates. I learned that customer values fast service and a wide variety of foods and categories, and a clean environment as well as the food's presentations. This experience gave us ideas to improve our own business, our own F&B's business idea, by focusing on food's qualities, efficiencies, and fresh ingredients and spice. And after all of that, we then go to another attractive place like Merlions.
And that's the end of our presentation. Thanks for all.
Team surprised us yesterday when you eat in Namtown restaurant.
We are surprised that they combine Singaporean foods as well as Vietnamese Thailand's food to make the menus for the customer to have more categories and varieties to choose on the menus, and which can also provide them more cultural and foods knowledge about Vietnamese as well as Singaporean. But like the main customer targets are Singaporeans mainly. Singaporeans mainly.
What is one spark that you learned from your experience yesterday, and how can you apply it to your fast food business?
What I learned from my experience is I learned that customers value fast service.
Fast service, wide varieties of food, choice, and a clean environment, space, and a attractive food presentations.
How about Jerome?
I think save more money for yeah, I think so.
Adu, thank you very much.
A presentation about what we have picked up yesterday. Our type of F&B business is hawker center, and yesterday we have learned at class about the different types of leadership and also how we can expect to interview, ask the leader of the Namtown about her experience and get the lessons for us. First, when we come to Namtown, the leadership tells us that to do everything, we must be passionate, we must love what we want, and therefore the results will come perfectly to you. She was passionate, she understands her work and her employees. She also listened to reviews on Google and different reviews from Singaporeans to motivate the taste and to keep things united. She's also consistent. Her business has existed for years and it is a stable business. From this, we can conclude that she is a Shun Kwan type leadership. Besides, she also teaches us how to sort each percentage for the expenses wisely. One for rental expenses, one for the people, and one for the ingredients to ensure the profit, which is she advises for 10 to 15%. And what's more we can learn from Namtown is that this special halal sign, even though it requires higher standards and cleaner, better hygiene, but after all, we think that it's worth it because it helps us to reach a much broader customer in terms of Muslim. And also for the pork lovers, the taste of the Vietnamese food, it doesn't change. So it can attract both the Muslim, which do not eat pork, and the pork lovers. The taste doesn't change, so the customer will come after the day one.
Yesterday we went to the hawkers food. First we see the return tray area. When people eat, when people finish it, they have to return their tray. If they don't return it, they will have fine. And we see some hawker food that design very interesting. And I see one hawker has Michelin guide. It is the Nasi Lemak Ayam Taliwan. The Michelin guide attract me because it is from 2021 to 2025, and the framework of Hoko, it have a free seat, so people can sit and eat in it.
Yesterday I want to hear in an overview of Nasi Lemak Ayam. Lemak is a popular Singaporean hardware store now for its increased portion of traditional Malay or Singaporean coconut rice, nasi lemak, and Thai Indonesian rice spicy chicken. Key highlight: Michelin. It has been awarded the reputation Michelin BID status in Singapore. Halal, fully Muslim owner, and 100% halal.
As yesterday, the owner of Natal had talked about the need and want very much, and we experience for our baby business that the comfort, they only comfortable seat, but get friendly food served quickly, and when the taste doesn't change, the food store keep hygiene well and beautiful photos and beautiful place for photography.
Before the conclusion, I want to give a bonus to this because why we choose the hawker center and why it is an ideal place to eat and to experience. First, you can see here we listed and we draw. It is several types of food. There, the first thing we can see in the hawker center, it is diversity. We can have foods for vegetarian, foods for, it is Malaysian, I think, and it also have several Vietnamese traditional foods like Nam Town we have visited. And besides the needs and wants Karen has spotted, we also see that the foods here are really cheap and it is near to where people live and work. The convenience is also one more bonus point for hawker center.
All right, thank you.
Keep your price affordable while still making a profit.
Wise question. We've think about this yesterday, and honestly, for what we have surveyed, it is quite surprising. First, the rental prices, I suppose it has include the prices, the expenses for tables and chairs for the customers, so we don't have to pay for it. And secondly, we just need a small amount of chefs because we do not. We just need a man or a woman standing to get the order, and because of the manpower and the technology that Nam Town has adapted, we see yesterday, we can minimize the expenses for that manpower. Yes.
Good. Ensure that all of your percentage you mentioned are profitable. Well, if you guys have any mistakes, your business will be risky.
Of course, that my team had think about it is the person, no, what, the printing that the owner at the Nam Town had talked about is about the manpower, ingredient, and so that in the manpower in if you rent the Singapore people to work is really expensive that you can train the people from Malaysia and it's more cheaper than. And you also can keep at the by use technology to keep it more cheaper.
You can see they divide into stall for Chinese food, Malaysian, and the one for Singaporean. You guys are doing Vietnamese food, right? What made your stall stand out from other stalls?
Well, for most Vietnamese food, as Vietnamese, we can say we are pork lovers. And what makes this Nam Town stands out from the others is that it has the halal sign. So apart from the pork lovers, the non-pork eater can come here very often because it includes a higher stance for hygiene, right? And the pork, it is not included, but somehow they can keep the taste modified to the Singaporean, and it doesn't change. And as I've mentioned, it is one key point that keeps the customer going here. They coming back here after the first time. I suppose that is the reason we can keep both the pork lovers and the non-pork eaters come to our restaurant and makes it outstanding from the others.
We have a lesson with Ms. Lei. Then we identify our business type, which is restaurant, and what make our business stand out and what make you guys should invest in our business is that we're making a model with Vietnamese omakase, like dining. It's premium Vietnamese food. And as you know, in Singapore, Orchard Road is the busiest, and a lot of tourists, also local people live around this area. So we decided to place our restaurant here. Then the spark that we find yesterday that we can apply into our business is that we associate with the government to make the rental price more affordable, and then we don't have commission on revenue with sale GTO. Next is that about the challenge that we might facing during our business operation is that first, manpower. We decided to take in manpower and hire people from Malaysia, especially Johor, because if we hire them, it will be more affordable than hiring Singaporean workers and local people here. Next is about the rental cost. So what we learned here is that the rental cost must be less than 20%. The ingredients must be less than 35%. 5% for maintenance and under 30% for manpower. So next I'm going to talk about the service flow. As we visit Nam Town yesterday, first the customer will be seated, and the staff taking order, then the kitchen will prepare the food, and the drink served first. Then will be our main dish, and our food will arrive after 5 to 10 minutes. The quotes that Ms. Tao talked that reminds me a lot is that a customer with feedback will be the one who come back, because they will see how we improve on our food and service. The most important things that we learn is having a strong mindset is everything. If you believe that you can do it, you already done half of it. And that is end of our speech.
We talk about product quality and integrity. Focus on the first, nothing MHGs. Focus on quality to retain customers. Simmering points for 5 hours with dough. MHGs creates naturally sweet brow and pure strong customer trust. Because we do not use MHGs, we simmer real pounds for 5 hours to ensure a naturally sweet, healthy pores, brows, Miss Tao, and Singapore's eating habits, soya sauces, and strict hygiene practice.
Include some challenges that the owner has to deal with, For example, like during busy hours, people have to wait for a long time to get and enjoy the dish. Also, the seating can be limited. One point we should notice to improve our business in the future. Second is the way they apply order machines in their business to order and to help customer order and
We have a lesson with Ms. Lei. Then we identify our business type, which is restaurant, and what make our business stand out and what make you guys should invest in our business is that we're making a model with Vietnamese omakase dining. It's premium Vietnamese food. And as you know, in Singapore, Orchard Road is the busiest, and a lot of tourists, also local people live around this area. We decided to place our restaurant here. Then the spark that we find yesterday that we can apply into our business is that we associate with the government to make the rental price more affordable, and then we don't have commission on revenue with sale GTO. Next is that about the challenge that we might facing during our business operation is that first, manpower. We decided to take in manpower and hire people from Malaysia, especially Johor, because if we hire them, it will be more affordable than hiring Singaporean workers and local people here. Next is about the rental cost. What we learned here is that the rental cost must be less than 20%. The ingredients must be less than 35%. 5% for maintenance and under 30% for manpower. Next, I'm going to talk about the service flow. As we visited Nam Town yesterday, first, the customer will be seated, and the staff taking order, then the kitchen will prepare the food, and the drink served first. Then will be our main dish, and our food will arrive after 5 to 10 minutes. The quotes that Miss Tao talk that reminds me a lot is that a customer with feedback will be the one who come back because they will see how we improve on our food and service. The most important things that we learn is having a strong mindset is everything. If you believe that you can do it, you already done half of it. And that is end of our speech. It'll be different because this is how we predict the percent we're going to make profit. If you guys count all of this together, the profit we have will be around 5 to 10%. That is not much, right? In reality, it's going to be different. We don't know how much we rent in Orchard Road. We don't know how much we're going to hire people, how much they offer us, so it's going to be different. This is how we predict. Any more questions?
Go back to my question.
The question is, what dynamics characteristic?
Can you repeat the question again?
What dynamics characteristic do Nam CEO relate to?
Having a strong mindset. That what should repeat the most. Any question from
Okay,
you?
group 2. That. One more for you.
Go back to my question. I want to ask you to how to ensure the consistent cost, the consistent amount of customers coming to the store. What propaganda and social media strategies do you use?
We of course gonna promote it on Instagram Reels. We're gonna hire a salesperson to make an advertisement for us on Instagram so that we can attract more people here, especially tourists and visitors to Singapore.
No, stop.
I have two questions.
2 questions from Casey.
One is that thank you for the presentation. It was full of information, but I do not see the needs and wants of the type of customers that you are going in. It is restaurant. It's not presented on the board.
You want to help to answer?
First, what people must have, which is needs, right? First is about taste. The food's of course gonna taste good, and we mix between Vietnamese and Japanese. It's like fusion between two countries. The taste, of course, gonna be different from other restaurants that only sell Vietnamese food. For the price, since we choose premium to build a premium restaurant, then the price will be a little bit expensive. The speed, we're doing a model that after one food served and the people already eaten it, we'll provide them more food. Like We set up a menu. We don't let them to choose, but in order. Like, we provide food in order. They cannot pick the set. Next is about what the customer would love to have. I think they would love to have delicious food, clean and fresh places, and flawless hygiene. Also, attentive staff, authentic service, and the story behind it. It's about Vietnamese royalty. King and queen before, we might provide them with a theory about it. Any more questions, you guys?
Your answer. That is what makes your restaurant outstanding from the other restaurants. But if they do not go to other restaurants, they can go to hawker center. They can go to fast food, right? Right. Is that right? Because if you talk about hygiene, we also like a good hygiene. We even got a halal side.
What is your point? Because each service that we provide, it's different. For them, it's fast food. For you guys, it's hawker center. And for us, it's premium restaurant. What is your target customer? You must understand it. And our target customer is visitors and tourists who have enough money to try it. We said we provide you guys a premium service that require fresh ingredients, and we will always maintain the best quality ingredients because it's premium. It's provided not for middle class people, not for worker or labor, but here our target customer is the one who really want to try and foodie people.